Well, hello there. I hope everybody is having a wonderful Monday, the very beginning of the week. I am coming on to do a live class, well, it's actually not a class this time, to talk to you about the AT parenting community. And I also want to announce the winner to the last raffle in the 3-part video series on parenting kids with anxiety and OCD. So if you didn't check that series out, it is over, but it will be back. I'll probably do it at the end of this year, maybe like the mid to end of this year, because it seems like it's a good one to keep repeating. So I hope you caught that. It ended last night, but I want to talk to you about the AT parenting community. And for those of you that don't know me, I just want to introduce myself. My name is Natasha Daniels. I am a child and anxiety OCD specialist, and I am a mom to 3 kids with anxiety and OCD. And I create resources for parents so that they can get the support they need and they can get the access to the help that they need, because a lot of times we are just fumbling because the mental health system fails us, or we live in a small community or a small country, and so it can become overwhelming. So kind of my mission online and my mission kind of in my life has been to support parents who are raising kids with anxiety and OCD, because as a therapist, I know that we're not well trained in treating OCD, and not even in anxiety, but more so even with OCD. And I know as a parent to my own kids, I have struggled myself, which is kind of ironic, in finding professionals and finding resources that are local, that are relevant and helpful. So thanks for joining me, Lisa and Lynn and Grace and Christina and Carissa. I appreciate that. So I did create this Facebook group because I felt like we needed more support, and I did not expect it to grow to over 15,000 people. That's been amazing. And what I found since this group has been around is that it's not enough. And I was bombarded with messages and emails, enough that I actually had to hire someone to answer all those, because people were desperate, and they were desperate for more help than what I could provide. And so initially I decided, okay, well, I'll create classes, because really helping a child with anxiety or OCD is honestly not rocket science. It's hard because our kids are sometimes struggling too much, or they're not motivated because they're not well enough. But I felt like I could teach parents really succinctly how to do this, because in my therapy practice, it's much more like a class than it is therapy, because my approach is very skill-based. So I went and I made these classes, and I made one on how to parent a child with anxiety, and then I made another one on how to parent a child with OCD. And then I made very particular ones because people kept emailing me, what about moral OCD? Okay, I did one on that. And then people were like, well, what about sleep? We're having a problem with sleep. I did one on that. What about difficult behavior? I did one on that. And so I was like churning out these online classes, and yet I was still feeling like parents were overwhelmed. They would take the classes and then they wanted ongoing support. Can I ask you more questions? What about this? And so eventually I decided, you know, it would be really cool if I created a membership. I created an online community where people could join, and I can be available for them, and I can guide them long-term instead of short-term. So I created the AT parenting community, and I'm going to talk about how it's different than this Facebook group and what it looks like. And if you have questions, feel free to ask them in the comments. I did get a lot of emails with a lot of questions, and so I thought I'll just come on here. I have to announce the winner anyway of the raffle from the series, and I will be available to answer your questions. But I did jot down the ones that I was getting that were the biggest and most common questions. And a lot of it was, what's the difference? And we're going to go into that. So I created the community, and I wanted people in the community to get instant help. I wanted them to instantly have as much knowledge as possible. And so if members join the community, I said, you can just pick one class, one of my big classes on teachable.com, and get it for free. And so take the class, and then you'll know all this information, and then we can dive deeper into like what your child's issue is and how can I help you in a very specific sort of way. So when members join, and I started to like give them a lot more free classes. So initially it was they just get one free class, and I have a link above to all the classes that I've done. I've created about 7 classes. Most are $127. I think one is like $87. And so they're by themselves. I have an online school and people go and they take that. And so when people join my membership, I say, pick one of those classes. So if you are dealing with a child with OCD, take that class. It's a $127 class. I will give you a coupon code, take it for free. And then you're going to know a lot. And then we can dive deeper. And so, and then I was like, you know what? Everybody's having issues with difficult behavior. Everyone's getting that class for free too. And so the members started to get all these perks. So they got an anxiety or OCD class for free, which walks you through ERP or cognitive behavioral therapy. It's everything I teach people in my practice. In fact, when parents come to me, I normally will give them a coupon code and I'll say, take this class for free first. It will save you 3 therapy sessions or more and get you up to speed. And so it's what I use in therapy as well. And so then I gave members the difficult behavior class. So difficult behavior caused by anxiety or OCD, that is an important class. So I threw that in there. And then people were like, what about moral OCD? I just don't know how to do exposures for moral OCD. So I was like, ugh. And I created a mini class for moral OCD and I gave it to them for free as well. And then people were like, what about sensory? And so I had a little mini sensory-based anxiety class and they get that for free as well. So they get about 4 classes, I think it's 4 classes for free, but that really isn't the main draw of the community. The way that it's different than this group is that, one, we are a lot smaller and so we are tight-knit. I know those people. I know their kids' names. Well, I don't know their kids' names. I know Miss 7 or Miss 10 and with some of them I know their names. And I know their issues. When they're having a new issue and they pop up in, on the forums or in the Facebook group, I know the history if they've been active in the community. So that's a benefit. Also, the Facebook group is just one small aspect of this community. We have a website and it's a login website. So you log in and you can actually take a tour of this community by going to the link above. There is a tour on that page. And so sometimes that's helpful to get a sneak peek and look at what does it look like inside. But inside the community, you log on because it's a membership. So you join and you pay monthly. It's like a subscription. And inside the community, I spent a lot of time building up the libraries in there. And so you have libraries of videos that I make just for parents in the community. And you have libraries of videos that I make for the kids in the community. So if a community member has an issue and they're like, gosh, I just wish that Natasha, you could do a video on that. Because a lot of times what I say in my kids' YouTube videos are exactly what I tell kids in my practice. In fact, a lot of the kids in my practice, I will say, for homework, watch this YouTube video of mine. And in the community, I make videos that are not on my YouTube channel that are specific for the members' issues. And so if it's something that I haven't covered or I know more detail, there have been a few times where a member has given me very specific detail about their child's issue, and I've made a video and not said, this is for you, John, but I would just say, do you feel like, and I was very specific, directed pretty much to this one child, and it really helped normalize and validate their feelings. So that's definitely a big benefit of the community. The other thing that I really like about the community, besides the website, which is like just a library of like so much, I get experts to come on and make resources just for the members in the community. So we have a whole library full of experts in anxiety and OCD who will provide extra stuff for you. They'll make videos, they do worksheets, so that's pretty cool. But the best thing, and the thing I like the most, if you've been enjoying my live classes in here, is I do that every single week in the Facebook group over in the AD Parenting Community Facebook group. And it's a private Facebook group that's only for the members. And we vote on the topic each week. And so it's totally member run. I put a little thing in the community and say, what do you guys need help with? And then we vote on it. And then I post it up and we ask questions. And then I teach on that. And I teach on that every single week. And so I really get to know people because they're showing up for these classes every week. And they're hour-long classes. It's like having an hour-long therapy session with me. So that's a big benefit of the community. It's not therapy, I should always mention. It's psychoeducational. You're supposed to seek out your own mental health providers, but it really does give a big support to parents. And a lot of the parents in there, there's two main kind of things that parents are looking for. I have parents in there from all over the world. So there's parents in small towns in America, they don't have access to an OCD therapist or an anxiety therapist. I have people in there from South Africa, from Norway, from Ireland, from Dubai, from Hong Kong, all over the world. I mean, we really cover a lot from Canada. We have a lot of Canadians in there, and quite a few Australians in there too. And they just don't have access to mental health in the way that they need it. They know they need ERP, or they know they need CBT, and they're just not finding it in their communities. And so they are learning everything they need to know. It is really a DIY, and we don't need to wait for a professional in order to help our kids. It is better, obviously, if we have a professional locally to support us, but that's sometimes just not an option. And sometimes finances are an option. People can pay $30 a month to get all this guidance in the membership, and they can't afford $150 to $250 a session. And so it's either nothing or this. And so that helps. But there are other parents who are very well supported. They have a team of people. They have a psychiatrist, or they have an OCD therapist. Maybe they've been in intensive outpatient, and they still want the support for themselves. They want to know, they want other people around them who've been through what they've been through. They want that community. They want that, like, a place to vent, and that place to have a soundboard, and that place to feel normal. So we really cover the gamut. And if you have questions, let me know, but I'm going to answer just a few that I've been getting a lot of. So the main difference between the community and this is just, the community is this on steroids. It is, I know people's names. It's 15,000 people in here. There's just no way. And I commit all my time really to that community of people and get to know them. They get weekly classes, and they get access to like a zillion resources. So there's a big difference. Somebody was asking me, what are the ages in the community? They don't want to go in there and find out that they're the only parent with a child that age. And the cool thing about the community is we're a very diverse group of people. Not only are we coming from all over the world, which is actually super cool, there are people in there who have teens and young adults that they're parenting. And so they're dealing with teen issues and hormone issues. There are a lot of people with tweens and elementary school, and there are a lot of people with toddlers. And so it really is a big spectrum of ages. And what I think is cool about that is sometimes the parents who have toddlers will get guidance from the parents who have teenagers, because they've been through that. There's a lot of normalizing. And the parents who have teenagers help each other out as well, because they're all going through the same stages. So it's kind of nice for us to have different stages so that we can all help each other and say, oh, I remember when that happened to me, you know, when my kid was that age, and I wish I had done this. And so they can give you some support. So the ages are everywhere. A lot of people are asking, do I get one-on-one coaching? I only give one-on-one coaching as an option to AT parenting community members. My practice in real life has gotten very small because I've devoted my time to here and to all the online resources I'm doing. And so I'm only in my practice 2 evenings a week and 2 Saturdays a month. So it's pretty small. And I wanted to offer one-on-one coaching, but I really don't have a lot of time. So I said, you know what, I'm only going to offer one-on-one coaching if somebody's an AT parenting community member. So it is totally separate. It's a separate service. They sign up for my coaching, but I would only allow that if somebody's a member, because then I already know them. And what's cool is I really get to know them when I do a one-on-one coaching call. And then when they are back in the community, and we have on our website, we have forums. So you can go into these forums. They're kind of like bulletin boards, and ask questions without being on Facebook. And I already know their child and their issues because I've met with them. And so they actually get a lot more out of the community because of that. So that is, one-on-one coaching is available, but only through that channel. Otherwise I'd be like overwhelmed. Somebody asked, do I do things for kids directly? I do inadvertently. So I can't meet with kids. Licensing doesn't allow for that. I'm in Arizona, but I will, when I'm coaching parents, I will tell them exactly what to do and how to help their children. And really it's the parents who really need to do all this stuff anyway, but I do videos for the kids. And so there are worksheets in the community that are for your kids to do, and there are videos that are for your kids to watch. And I separate them out on the website: kid videos, kid handouts, adult handouts, self-care handouts. And so they're very easy to find. And so there's a lot of resources that are directly for your children. Let's see what else. Some people have asked, how do I cancel? Is it easy to cancel? Who wants to get stuck into a membership that they can't get out of? I totally get that. I'm one of those people who likes to try a lot of different things. And then if it doesn't work for me, I don't want to try it anymore. And then if I have to email a zillion people to get out of something, that's annoying. I don't want to waste my time. So I've purposely made my community super easy. There's a button at the very top that says account, and you hit my account, and it's like a one-click button to cancel. And so you can cancel at any time, super easy. You like literally just click a button and it's done, and it shuts everything off. And then you can join back. A lot of people have left because they're doing so well, and they'll send me like a thank you message and say, I'm leaving the community. It's awesome, but really we're not having any issues anymore. And so we'll be back if we had a bump, but we're doing fantastic. And those are like the best emails to get, because I remember when they were coming in a year ago, they were really in a rough place. So it's beautiful to watch people leave because they're doing so well. They don't even need the support. So, and then the last question was, when will I open it again? I am closing the doors to the community tomorrow. Tomorrow at, what is it, 9 p.m. Pacific. And the reason why I closed it, I used to have it open all the time because I was like, I just want people to be able to access my stuff all the time. That's why my classes are available all the time. You don't have to wait for my classes to open. They are, you can always enroll in a class and you take it at your own pace, and there's comments, you can get my support that way, but it's very much a self-learning modality. But the membership, I wanted it to be open all the time. But what I found is that we were getting new people coming in all the time, and it was disrupting the flow. And so we were really getting to know people, and then there'd be another new person, and I felt like that person who was coming in wasn't getting a proper welcome because they were like the only new person. And so we're all still talking about our stuff, and then here's this new person, and it can feel a little awkward. I'm super sensitive to that as a recovering socially anxious person. So I decided, you know what, I'll just close it, and I'll open it probably about 3 to 4 times a year. I think I'm going to open it 4 times a year because I really want it to be available. So the doors are closing tomorrow at 9 p.m. Pacific. I have to always do my math because it's 10 p.m. here in Arizona. And it will reopen in probably about 3 months. So if you don't know how you're going to be doing in 3 months and you want to join now, check it out at atparentingcommunity.com. There's links above for the community. And then if you want to check out the classes and see what kind of class you'll get with the community, you get free access to that class as long as you are an active member. So that's a huge bonus, a huge benefit, because a class is $127 and the membership is $30. So do the math on that. Makes no sense. But my goal really is just to get people to have access to good help, good support, and a good community. And this community is the nicest community minus you guys. This is like the most amazing supportive community, 15,000 people, and I don't see a lot of horrible posts, just super supportive, super nice people. And the other community is just the same way, but concentrated because it's small. So I hope you'll join me over there. If you have questions, please feel free to leave a comment. If you're watching this on a replay, I will answer them. I will get tagged and I will notice that you're asking a question. Or you can email Sarah at anxioustoddlers@yahoo.com. She's the AT Parenting Community Manager, and she will answer any questions. If any of you have tried to sign up and could not get through PayPal, we have been not having a lot of luck with technology. A lot of problems technology-wise with what's the last week. But PayPal has been down intermittently around the world. And so we've been getting emails from people saying, I'm trying to sign up, but PayPal just won't process it, or PayPal is just having a problem. So if it's glitchy for you, please don't give up. You can always reach out to Sarah if the doors close and you have been trying to get in, and we will make sure to get you in anyway. I don't want anyone to not join because PayPal's being annoying. And I think that's it. I just want to mention the winner of the series. Thank you everybody for participating in that. I really appreciate that. And the last person is going to win the archived library of the AT Parenting Community live classes. So there are 30 30 classes. That's 30 hours of pure anxiety and OCD parent coaching that she will get a library for. I just ruined it. It's a she. It's $197 in my online class, and the winner is going to just be able to get a coupon code and access that library for free. 30 hours of learning for free. It's awesome. So I want to congratulate Tara Suzanne Angston. I'm probably pronouncing your last name wrong. I will tag you in here if you're not watching, but she won the library. I hope that you enjoy it. It is full of information, and it'll probably keep you busy for a really long time. So thank you for everyone who participated in this series. It was really fun talking to everybody and doing these lives with you, and I hope you found it valuable. And I know that you'll find the AT Parenting community valuable, and so I hope that you check it out, go look at it, and I hope to see you inside. All right, well, have a great day, and I'll talk to you later. Bye.
Hi, I'm a mom of a daughter with OCD. I live in South Africa, and it's a country that doesn't have a lot of resources for children's mental health and specifically OCD. I really was at my wit's end on how I'm going to support my child, how I'm going to do ERP, how I'm just basically going to parent a daughter with OCD in a country that has little to no resources.
And at times it got just debilitating for us as a family, and I was super lonely. People weren't listening. I didn't have any support.
The AT community has been an absolute lifesaver. Natasha has been instrumental in the past few months in helping us set up ERP challenges, going through them step by step, being supportive each and every step of the way.
Joining the AT parenting community has been one of the best things I could have done for me and my family.
Natasha has built this community, and it is exceptional.
I've learned so much. The support is fantastic. It's just been life-changing for my daughter.
It's so nice to be able to ask her live questions in office hours. She's there, she responds. Her live videos every week where she asks us what we need her to talk about. Also her forums, again, where you can ask questions. She's on there all the time. She is very present. The resources she has provided, the worksheets, there are so many things in this AT parenting community that are beneficial.
Natasha gives you so much of her time and her expertise. She's there to answer your questions, so it's such a personal way of getting help and support when it's much needed.
Personally, the community has helped me because I feel like I needed my support.
And then you have the added bonus of this fantastic community of parents who are going through such similar things, and suddenly you're empowered and have ways of accessing help and making a real difference to your family.
And also just the support of all the other moms and dads. It's really good. You know, we laugh together, we cry together, we fail together, we succeed together, and everybody gets it. Everybody gets it, and it's such a nice community to be with, and I hope you join us. You won't be disappointed. Try it out.